I want to show you the reason why the reason why my doctor yesterday was like, your blood pressure down, get your blood pressure down. I was like, okay. He's like, what can you do? Can you walk? And I'm like, yeah, I can. I'm walking already. And he's like, okay, what else? And I was like, I could never watch the news again. That might help.
It's an interesting proposal. I want to hear more.
I know. This is what has got my blood pressure going. Let me start with this. If you happen to be watching, I'll describe them if you're not watching, if you're just listening to us. But if you're watching, I want you to look up. Let's show, this is the one, refuse to be silenced. This is a protest poster. The largest armed protest ever to take place on American soil is scheduled for next week. I cannot tell you how dangerous this is. This is the end of the republic. One person does something next week violently, and it is over. It is over. Now, I saw this poster, I think, Monday, Tuesday, and what did I say, Stu?
You said it looked like communist art, basically. It does.
Yeah,
it really does. I mean, it's got the red and yellow colors. It has the style, the fonts that you see in these left-wing protests.
I said anybody who's doing right-wing, they don't have the art in the soul.
We're not talented enough.
We're not talented enough in art to do something like that.
Right.
Well, lo and behold, look what we found. An election night watch party from the left. It's exactly the same poster.
Yeah.
Somebody ripped this poster off. And the question is, why? Is this a person that has helped start this and is fueling this, that doesn't think anyone will find that they ripped off the poster? They're not concerned about being sued, but nobody's going to find it? Is it somebody on the right that said, oh, no, they will find it, and so they'll think that people on the left started it? Or is it actually someone on the left that is so arrogant they think that no one will find the election night watch party poster? Or is it someone who is setting it up for another conspiracy theory? You see what I'm saying? There's no truth. You don't know the truth, and the truth will probably never be known. And Reichstag fire, it doesn't matter who started the fire. Doesn't matter. It happened when the Germans first took control, and I am not comparing the Democrats to the Germans. What I'm saying is this country is on a course that ended horribly for the Germans. They printed money. They had a party get into control that forced everyone to do exactly what they say. Within weeks, they controlled everything, all of the newspapers, all of the outliers. Anyone who disagreed with the Nazis was shut down violently. Their children were re-educated. Their children were turning in their parents because I don't think they're really with Hitler and this new Nazi movement. All of these things, we're on the road there. It doesn't mean it ends there. It just means get off this road.
Yeah, when you come to a split in the road and one of the roads leads to Naziville, don't say, let's take a few steps down that road. That's not a good argument.
So everything that I have said in the last week, as this show has come on, I have prayed harder than I ever have on this show and what I'm supposed to say to you. And I am overwhelmed with prepare for tough times. It's going to get worse before it gets better. We are in these days. Make sure your family and everything is secure. Don't get involved in a national political movement, especially right now. The problem is not politics, it's the heart. And that's a strategic move. These rallies, You want to do something next week for a rally? Rally your church and pray for protection of the outgoing president, the incoming president, and people on all sides. Pray for peace. I am so concerned. And I have reason, spiritual reason, to be concerned. I am so concerned about next week. Please, the National Guard, the Secret Service, please be on the top of your game. And everyone within the sound of my voice, do nothing that reflects badly on this cause. Do nothing. The next stupid, violent movement. I don't care. I'm with you. I know it drives me nuts. After all summer long, could we just play the, not the excuse of violence, but the actual inciting of violence from Democrats over the summer?
I just don't even know why there aren't uprisings all over the country, and maybe there will be.
People need to start taking to the streets. This is a dictator.
You know, there needs to be unrest in the streets for as long as there's unrest in our lives.
Enemies of the state.
Show me where it says that protests are supposed to be polite and peaceful.
Do something about your dad's immigration practices, you feckless.
When they go low, we kick.
How do you resist the temptation to run up and wring her neck?
The biggest terror threat in this country is white men, most of them radicalized right to the right.
I thought he should have punched him in the face. I said, even if you lost, he insulted your wife.
Yes.
He came down the escalator and called Mexicans rapists and murderers. He said, well, what do you think I should have done? I said, I think you should have punched him in the face and then gotten out of the race. You would have been a hero.
I'd like to punch him in the face. I said if we were in high school, I'd take him behind the gym and beat the hell out of him.
Punch some people in the face!
When was the last time an actor assassinated a president?
They're still going to have to go out and put a bullet in Donald Trump, and that's a fact.
Look as his character is stabbed to death.
Where is John Wilkes Booth when you need him?
That's it right there, pulling up.
I have thought an awful lot about blowing up the White House.
A Missouri state senator is under investigation by the Secret Service after saying she hopes President Trump is assassinated.
I will go and take Trump out tonight.
And if you see anybody from that cabinet in a restaurant, in a department store, at a gasoline station, you get out and you create a crowd. And you push back on them. And you tell them they're not welcome anymore, anywhere.
And sadly, the domestic enemies to our voting system and our honoring our Constitution are right at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue.
They're not going to stop before Election Day in November, and they're not going to stop after Election Day. And that should be, everyone should take note of that on both levels, that this isn't, they're not going to let up, and they should not.
If you think we're rallying now, you ain't seen nothing yet.
Please tell me how that's not inciting violence.
All that together is unbelievable.
I feel the same way you do. I beg you, go the other way. Please. Next week is going to be the most dangerous time in our republic, I think, since the Civil War. One stupid move, and they will do all the things that you think they want to do. These people are radicals. Do not play into their hands.